Commonwealth Bank, and it's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. Katrina Caden is with us. Josh Widdowson as well, representing the Indiana Players this morning. And Andy, is this being Facebook Lived? It is. You can watch it on Facebook Live with Katrina and Josh here in the studios of Indiana in the Morning. And they're representing Indiana Players. Katrina, good morning.
Good morning.
Josh, I'm not going to say hello to you.
We've done that already.
Been here all day. All right. Katrina, wonderful thing that the Indiana Players did at their recent performances. First, let's talk about It's a Wonderful Life. It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was fantastic. We had such a great reception from the audiences. I couldn't have asked for more. It was fantastic.
Yeah, even with Josh in the cast.
Even with Josh. No, Josh was wonderful. We loved having him.
I bet you for Josh, for you, it was good to get back on stage, huh?
Yeah, it's something I've done ever since I was a kid. Theater was my sport. Instead of playing football or basketball, I would spend my afternoons rehearsing plays and musicals.
Yeah, and the Indiana Players, a natural outlet for you. Katrina, as you know, because you direct, you act, you do it all for Indiana Players, it really is an amazing local theater group. And I know other communities have their own local theater groups. Indiana's is pretty special.
It is pretty special. And it was really special to be able to do It's a Wonderful Life in the hometown of Jimmy Stewart. That was something that was amazing.
Yeah, I bet you. And then, to make it even more special, you did something for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
Yes. We had cast members at the end of each performance with a basket, kind of in the style of George Bailey at the end of It's a Wonderful Life, how all of his friends and neighbors come in and donate money. We had cast members in the lobby after each performance, and the audience members were very generous.
Yeah, giving to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
Yes.
Tremendous. So how much did you raise?
We raised $557.74.
Wow. That's amazing. Indiana Players. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's tremendous. And folks, you can hear them. If we were to open the windows right now, we could hear people hollering out and cheering for Indiana Players for that wonderful effort. And of course, Indiana Players being local theater, it means that so many people here have experience with the Indiana Regional Medical Center Pediatric Center. And with the Free Care Fund at Children's Hospital, probably some members of the Indiana Players.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you did that for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. You had a wonderful... Josh was telling me over the weekend, were they pretty well close to sold out?
Yes. We had at least 3 performances that were sold out, and the other ones were very close.
Yeah. Now, is that typical for an Indiana Players production?
That is not typical. It's typical for a lot of our children's shows, the casts that are all 18 and under. For shows involving adults, that's basically unheard of. So we were very happy about that, and we got a lot of new people in, and hopefully kind of getting new audience members who will want to come back and see future shows.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Now, were you in the cast, or were you directing?
No, I was directing. We had a cast of 29, then our stage manager and 7 crew members. So it was pretty full.
It got crowded backstage, let's say that.
I bet you. In terms of a typical Indiana Players presentation, was this one more elaborate or about normal?
I would say more elaborate.
Definitely.
I know, we usually have maybe 10 people in a cast, so 29 was pretty big. Having movable set pieces designed by Dave Cavell, that was fantastic. The way that the script is written, you can do it with just in what they call a black box, with just using costumes and props, and I didn't want to do it that way. And Dave managed to make all these movable set pieces so that we could have a street scene. We could have Mr. Potter's office. We could have the Bailey Building and Loan and George and Mary's house. And I think a lot of audience members commented on that alone for what we did with such a small stage.
Yeah. Now, Josh has part of the cast. Has it been a while since you've been in a show?
It was a while. I think the last show that I did I think it may have been Dearly Departed, which was a couple of seasons ago. And it's just like getting on a bike again to just ride it again. It was a lot of fun, and I liked working with Katrina. I had worked with her before on a play called You Can't Take It With You, another Jimmy Stewart based production there, but it was just fun. I had done this particular play when I was living in the Punxsutawney area. The Du Bois Theater Group had done this particular version of It's a Wonderful Life, and that, I think, was also the inspiration for making the collection, because when they did it, they actually collected money to help the Jimmy Stewart Museum. And they were able to collect around $1,200 when they did their performances.
Good for them.
But but I just wanted to get back into it. It was something I was familiar with. I think everybody in Indiana is familiar with It's a Wonderful Life. And I think that's one of the reasons why it was such a popular performance this time.
Yeah, you should be able to draw them out for It's a Wonderful Life.
Right.
All right. So, Katrina, where does it go next for the Indiana Players?
So the next show is The Effect of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds, and that's going to be in late January, directed by Yvette Henry.
Oh, okay. And is it cast already and you're in rehearsal?
It is. They just started rehearsals, I believe, last night.
Uh-huh. So here it is, the holiday season, but they've got work to do.
Yep, they do. It never stops.
And then you look forward to the rest of an upcoming season. For folks who don't know, the typical season for Indiana Players is spring and fall, yes? Or
Yeah, we start in the fall, and then we try to do 3 shows in the fall, and then 3 or 4 shows in the spring. So there are 3 shows scheduled here for 2018, followed by our annual One Act Festival.
Uh-huh. All right, so all of that is on the schedule, and you'll be a part of them in some way, I'm sure.
And hopefully.
Yeah. And this guy over here, we don't know if we're going to release him because he has enough work to do around here.
we try to get him in whenever we can.
Yeah.
Well, it's what the local theater is all about.
Yes.
And the Indiana Players do it so well. The Indiana Philadelphia Street Playhouse, that's where you put on your shows. And we'll look forward to that show in January. We want to thank you for what you've done for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
Oh, it was our pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. It was a lot of fun to do.
Very grateful to you all and all of the members of the Indiana Players and the public who turned out. And just because the next show is not It's a Wonderful Life doesn't mean you got to stop going to the theater, boys and girls. Let's get out there and support a wonderful group of folks, the Indiana Players. Thanks both for coming in.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WC.